Hi everybody, I hope you're all well. Today I wanted to do a video on my Oracle purchases from Vinted. As you know from previous videos, I like, if I can, to get my decks pre-loved. I'll have an Amazon wish list, but I'll always try and see if I can find them secondhand somewhere first. Obviously, if you're buying anything secondhand online, there is some advice from Auntie Dragonfly. Firstly, I would always check seller ratings and reviews before I buy anything. Secondly, the more photos, the better. Always check the photos, especially photographs of the box, because that's a really good way of telling that it's a genuine deck. And also it's a good way of checking out the cards, and then research the deck if you need to, if there aren't many photos of the cards. But that said, you can pick up some really good bargains. Just be careful if the price is really low. There may be a good reason for that. Anyway, let's get into it. So here is the first one. This is the Magical Herb Oracle by Sherilyn Darcy and Dear Dandy. I don't have much in the way of plant-based decks, either Oracle or Tarot. That's a rock pool deck, by the way. Mainly because I prefer a more peoply deck, really. But this one appealed to me. I think probably because of the real vintagey vibe to it. I got this in a bundle with the Valentina Tarot and one other Oracle deck. I think the bundle was about £28, which I'm really happy with, because it would have been somewhere in the region of £60 had I bought those 3 decks new. So this is a nice guidebook. There's some info, there's some lovely pictures there of the creators, and I think probably some spreads. Yep, there's some spreads there in the front of the book. So yeah, it's a good little guidebook. Now, I need to talk about the backs of these cards. I love these, and daisies are my favourite flower. It's a lovely little box. So yeah, the backs are a winner for me. They probably make it worth buying the bundle, frankly, on their own. Anyway, let's have a little look at the cards. So the thing I really like about, apart from the backs, about this deck is the kind of vintagey feel of it, and the fact that it feels quite kind of like a sort of antique, what's the word? Not samples book, but I can't think of the word right now, but they look as if they've got like a little bit of sellotape on them, and they look as if they've been stuck into a book of I can't think of the word, you know what I mean. Never mind. Botanical samples, maybe? I don't know. I've probably just made that sound way more medical than it needed to, but I think they're really beautiful. I love the vibe of this deck, and probably something I was missing. I like the words are nice. So yeah, I think this is probably something that I was missing from my collection. As I said, I don't have much in the way of plant-based decks, but I think this is one I can really see myself using and getting some sort of rotation time on my table, my reading table. So even if it's just to look at the backs, but there we are. They're really beautiful. I'm really pleased with those. You know me, I like a bargain, but they're really nice quality too, and pretty much brand new. So that's the Magical Herb Oracle. So this next one is the Fairy Temple Oracle by Susie Cherub and Christine Karen, and it's a Blue Angel deck. I got this one because I love fairies and whimsy and magical foresty vibes, and I'm not gonna lie, the price was very nice, so it seemed like a no-brainer to me, particularly as it's somewhere near, I think, £25 or something new. But yeah, it's a really sweet little deck. I love the green colour and the backs. So the Blue Angel, a lot of them have this kind of sort of untreated paper in the guidebooks, which I do not have a problem with at all. It's all in black and white, but that's also fine with me. And I'm assuming somewhere there was space for notes there. Sorry, just distracted by the cards. Yes, there are spreads in here too. So there's the guidebook. Let's have a little look at the cards. Again, really nice cardstock, these. Surprisingly matte for Blue Angel. Most of the other Blue Angels I have aren't. And yeah, this is quite a sort of fantasy deck. This chap appears in it quite frequently. You'll see him come up again. She's beautiful. I love this card. The squirrel. So yeah, this appeals to me because, as I say, I like fairies and whimsy, but I like a people-y deck, if you can call fairies people, but you know what I mean. I like to see character. Perhaps that's the right word. I like a character deck. The imagery is lovely. The artwork is really, really pretty. There he is again, look. Doing his thing. He reminds me of Michael Praed in Robin of Sherwood. I bang on about Robin of Sherwood, I know, but it was a big thing in my childhood. It was a really sort of memorable show for me. But I think the imagery in this deck is really, really sweet. It's really, really nice. It's a nice whimsical deck. I don't think that it'll sort of dig too deeply. I think it's probably just one of those. There he is again, look, having a little splash with some fish. I think that it's going to be one of those sort of give you a little gentle hug decks. I could be wrong. I do have those I think will be a gentle hug and then kick you right up the backside, but I don't know, I could just get a sort of nice whimsical, light, fluffy feeling from this deck. And yeah, it's one I'll probably use. I tend to do them on a 2-week cycle at the moment, so yeah, I think that one might come out for a 2-week cycle. So next up is the Fairy Forest Oracle, which is by Lucy Cavendish, and Maxine Gadd is the illustrator. I love Lucy Cavendish decks. I have quite a few of her decks, and I think this one is going to be just as nice. This one is pretty much brand new. The condition of this is amazing. I don't think this has ever been used, and it's another Blue Angel deck, by the way. So yes, you can see that that's the untreated paper again, but again, it's not a problem. And we've got some spreads in there and the black and white pictures. Sorry, I keep getting distracted by single cards that I really like the look of. Possibly better to have a look at them for real though in this video. So the cardstock's a little bit less impressive than the other Blue Angel deck I just showed you, but look at these backs, they're so cute. They're definitely me. Cute magical forest. Oh, look at her. I quite like the fact that they've got really, really good borders on them, so that if I wanted to trim this down, I could. Unicorn cards, not a fan, honestly. I know there's going to be people out there that are very upset with me for that, but it's not really my thing. But yeah, that's very beautiful. But these, most of these cards really do appeal to me. They're quite shiny, aren't they? Yeah, you can sort of see my reflection in it. But I really enjoy the theme of these cards, and yes, look, they've got the border on the front and the back that are the same size, so You could easily trim them down. I love that card. I really like that one. And you see, we're definitely getting to, yeah, the green man. You see, that will always make me happy. If there's a green man in a deck, I'm a very happy bunny. So yeah, I really like these. The card stock I think could be better, but that aside, I really like the imagery, and the backs are just adorable. Quite sticky, actually. They've definitely not been used, I don't think, because they're still sticking together a little bit. But yeah, so that's the Fairy Forest Oracle, and it's so cute. I will definitely be giving that a rotation on my reading desk. It might even be the next one I use. We shall see. So this next one is Foxfire, the Kitsune Oracle, and that's another Lucy Cavendish deck, and the illustration is by Meredith Dillman. It's another Blue Angel deck, and this appeals to me because I am a big fan of Japanese and Chinese art, and I have a few other decks in this kind of style, so yeah, it was a must-have for me. And so, as with the other Blue Angel decks, this has that untreated paper, but again, see, I even love this in black and white. It's such a gorgeous deck, and there's your spreads, that's what I was looking for. Yeah, and I love that. Oh, look at that fox in the back. I love that we've got the foxes like in the style of the dragons there. And I've edged these, although the edging's gone a little bit pinky. It was bright red, so I might have to go over those again. But I love that red. I love the vibrant red. They're very shiny cards, but they're sort of decent stock. And there's your fox in the first card, dragon. So there's a couple of cards in here I'm not so keen on, but mostly I really love them. See, that one's beautiful. I really love that card. And that one, yeah, with the cherry blossom, and oh, it's just so pretty. I'm yet to actually find one of the cards I don't like so much. So I think that for the most part, I'm absolutely in love with this deck, to be honest. Well, maybe I'm not so keen on the fox being in it, but you know, I'm not so keen on that card. Or to be fair, that one. So there we go. There's a couple of the cards I'm not so keen on, but that's the cover image there. But otherwise, they're so pretty. They really, really appeal to me, and my love of this art style, and it's definitely going to get some use on my table. So yeah, I'll pop that one away and re-edge it later, hopefully in a better red. So that is the Foxfire, the Kitsune Oracle. So this is the Mystic Sisters Oracle. I got this in the bundle with the Valentina Tarot and the Magical Herb Oracle. This is by Emily Balavet and is a US game systems deck. So, you know, you're going to get a nice box with those. And, yeah, this just, I don't know. I think maybe I was looking for something to add to the bundle. It's got a nice little guide. Oh, it's very thin guidebook though. And there are some spreads there. But yeah, it's not that much information, and there's no pictures in the guidebook. I'm not so worried about that particularly, but sorry, my camera's not very happy about this guidebook at all. It's desperately trying to refocus. I'm sorry, camera. So yeah, so this one I haven't actually really looked at yet. This is going to be a new one for me. I'm not loving the backs, I'm going to be honest. Okay, so that's kind of vintagey. I like that. And we've got some borders we could remove there. Okay. So yeah, we can certainly trim the borders off, which is good. That's a nice card. So my initial feeling about this, because apologies if there's anyone that doesn't like a nude card. Yeah, there's a lot of there seems to be a mishmash of art styles in here, which that's cute. Vintage one, that's a bit me. But I don't know. Yeah, there's a real mishmash of styles from what I can see, and I'm not terribly sure that the keyword on them is making. I think I'd have to be referring back to the guidebook whenever I use this, because the images themselves, as sort of nice as they are, I'm not sure that they're immediately giving me a message or a vibe. I think I probably end up having to use a guidebook a lot with that one, and it's quite a thin guidebook. So okay, yeah, that one, the success of that one remains to be seen, but it may be one of my favourite decks in the end. That is the Mystic Sisters Oracle. So this one, sorry, I don't know what's going on with my camera today, it doesn't want to focus. This is the Enchanted Map Oracle, and this is by Colette Baron Reid and is published by Hay House UK. Let's have a little sneaky peek. Explore your life's journey. Okay, I will. Let's do that now. I love this colour. This is like my favourite colour. And it's got a nice chunky guidebook. That's good. Doesn't seem... Yeah, it's not illustrated terribly much, but that's okay. But it does seem to have... Oh, what is going on with my camera today? I'm so sorry. It doesn't seem to... Yeah, it seems to have a fair bit of information in it, which is good. So, I love the colour. I think I might end up... You know me, I'm going to edge this. Well, you don't know me that well, actually, at the moment. I'm quite new to YouTube, but I will edge this deck, just so you know, it's inevitable. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, I have looked through these, and I really like these. Much more than I thought I would. I think the box doesn't do the cards justice, actually. I think it doesn't show much of what to expect of the cards, honestly. And look at the little snail with the wings and the... Yeah, this is a lovely kind of soft, whimsical deck again. And yeah, it's a pretty decent cardstock. But I think the keywords actually, oh, that's a bit like the tower, isn't it? Oh, that's so sweet. And actually, I think the keywords on these cards are immediately helpful. I think that I could possibly be at a point of using this at some point without having to refer to the guidebook all the time, which is kind of where I'd like to be with all the decks that I have. There's nothing wrong with referring to the guidebook, obviously there isn't, but it's just a personal thing for me that I'd like to be able to not have to at some point. That's really cute. Yeah, so I think they're all really lovely cards. I think this is definitely a deck I will use. And I got it from Vinted, but when it arrived I thought, oh, I don't know, did I do the right thing? So I left it sitting on the shelf for a bit. That's such a lovely card as well. And sort of thought, well, I don't think this is going to be for me. But when I actually looked at it, I thought, yeah, I will definitely be having this deck on my reading table at some point. So yeah, I'm really chuffed with that one. And I think that was probably about half the price that you'd pay for it new as well. It's just a lovely deck, and I really like that, the artwork and the imagery. I am a big fan, in case you hadn't guessed. So that one is the Enchanted Map Oracle. So this one is the Paradise Found Oracle by, and I apologise in advance, Dana Michucci and Michelle Murray. sorry for that. I basically broke my own rule on this one. I bought a deck, but it didn't have many pictures. There were just 2 or 3 pictures, and I mean, actually the guidebook's a nice guidebook, but I paid the price for not going for one that had lots and lots of pictures of the cards, or not researching the deck before I bought it, because now I have it, I don't really, I mean, I like to look, I mean, I'm all for a shiny side, a shiny edge, but for a start, the backs, ugh. I just find this deck way too busy and confusing, and it doesn't, very few of the cards really speak to me with any clarity. I find that, I think this is what the inside of my brain must look like on multiple occasions. Just kind of overwhelmed and busy, and a concoction of random things that don't necessarily make sense. So yeah, and that card, I think it's probably my least favourite card in the whole pack, but yeah, I really want to like this. I want to like every deck I get, and I really don't want to be unkind about it. And actually that's a really lovely card, to be fair, but I just don't understand the imagery. I thought it was going to be really cool because oh no, see how that can't bear that card, I'm so sorry. I thought it was going to be really cool because the couple of images I saw looked like a sort of, it was kind of pointillism. I think it was like a dolphin I saw in the picture, but yes, I'm not even keen on the people in the cards. It's just very chaotic, and I keep trying to find a card that I can go, oh actually no, I get that one, but I just don't, maybe it's just me, maybe I'm just not, I don't know, am I not in tune enough, clever enough, I don't know, skilled enough, but I think that, you know, really they're just, oh yeah, there's the dolphin card that I really liked, but yeah, so it pays to research decks, it pays to look at as many pictures as you can, and can't even get them back in the box now. I think they've taken against me for being so mean to them, and I don't blame them really. So I'm so sorry, Paradise Found Oracle, but probably not for me. So this one I'm excited about. I have the Druidcraft Tarot, which I love, and the Wildwood Tarot, which is like my soul deck, and this is a perfect pairing. So I was really excited to find this one on Vinted, in pretty good condition, decent condition. I can't remember whether they said it was new or like new, I don't remember. But can we discuss the guidebook? It's gorgeous hardback, the pages are beautiful, look at this edging, that's just, I want to do that in my grimoire. And there is so much information on each card. I mean, that's like 4 pages of pretty small writing on just one card, and that might be a bit intimidating for some people. I think possibly even it's a bit intimidating for me, but it's nice to have that information there if you want it. We've got sort of how to pronounce the Gaelic names, spreads. It's just so in depth, and I think if you're in the right mood, that's brilliant, and hopefully I will find the right mood. Needs a little bit of a clean, but it's a great guidebook. So the cards, I think there's 33. Oh, yeah, not keen on the card stock. I think I've seen this published by more than one publisher. I don't know if that's right or not. This is the cloth that's included, which is, I try not to set it on fire with my candle, that'd be bad. We'll just maybe pop that to one side, and actually have a look at the cards themselves. Big old borders on these, but well, yeah, like you can see, yeah, they're not new, but that's fine. I got it on Vinted. I'm not expecting it to be, and that's good. Plenty of blank cards. Yeah, into the deck now. And see, as I said, I'm not massively into just animal decks. I don't mind an animal in a deck. I'm not big on decks that just have animals in them. But my whole reasoning behind choosing this deck was to pair it with some of my tarot decks. My daughter would love the horse card, and my mum would love the otter card, and I love the bee card. There we go. So I got it to pair with other decks, and that's one for my dad, the hare. I will almost certainly would like to trim this down because it's got really big borders and they're really big cards, but only when I'm brave enough and have the right equipment. The adder. So yeah, so they're lovely cards. I'm not loving the card stock. I can't see myself using this as a standalone oracle deck. Blackbird, that's my card for my granddad. So yeah, there's a lot of that. I'm connecting to the images for sure. The dog card. But as I say, I think this will probably be solely used to accompany my Druidcraft and or my Wildwood Tarot decks, rather than be used on its own. But yeah, so there's the I've completely forgotten what it's called. It's right next to me. This is the Druid Animal Oracle. I'm so sorry, it's been a really long day. But yeah, so I'd be interested to know about this edition actually, and whether they all come with a hardback book, if they're different publishers. I'd be interested if anyone knows. So there we have it, Oracle decks I have purchased on Vinted. One thing that I did think of to say is that when I get pre-loved decks, I always make sure that I cleanse the decks thoroughly before I use them. But please remember that I am a baby witch and I guess a junior tarot and oracle card reader, so please don't take that as gospel advice. That's just something that I do. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video despite it being very waffly, and hope to see you soon. Take care.